this is the interesting thing about entrepreneurship. It's about thinking outside the box.
Okay.
It's about looking for non-existent solutions. You see, I started out looking for a solution for this phone thing. I said, come on, there has to be a way of making phone. And I knew that the wireless communication existed. And soon I was talking to different people, and I ended up, with this little box thing, which was a radio thing, And I read sufficient about it for me to be able to install it myself with the help of people who climb. I actually climbed. I was scared of but I could direct the guy that you climb here and tie it here, and that's precisely what he did, and that was amazing. January 3rd, the phone line was on. No advertisement, no notices, no nothing. The first person that made the phone call out there in Queen's Hall spread the word, and from that January 3rd to the 23rd of December, my wife and I, we ran that place every day from 7 a.m. till 11 p.m. Sunday from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. every single day from January 3rd to 23rd December. So again, the thing about entrepreneurship is that you must be prepared to put in the hard work, because we were inundated with people. Everybody wanted to make a call. We had about 6,000 students at that time, and let's say about 50-60% of them were coming from Accra, and everybody had some parent they wanted to speak to or something like that. And here's one phone line. So what do? We had to just make the phone calls, and the equipment will grow hot. Sometimes we have to lock the thing, lock the place and keep them. If you came to Queen's Hall in the evening, it was like a mini Durbar. It became a social place where people gather, because you had to wait for your turn to make the call. So if you were 20, then you now started chatting. And my gift shop was right by, so they were buying.
That was my next question. Did you open up?
And it was very interesting. Then the food thing also started coming in, because I started looking at the students who were at that time. This is the car park in front of Queen's, and they had these what do you call them? Chairs. They are not chairs, stools. There, and this is where university students will sit in the car park to have their dinner. And I looked at this model and I asked myself several questions. How is it that university students eat in a car park? No, there has to be something wrong. So I asked myself, what can we do about this? I want to change this culture. Because when people come, visitors come, they come into the car park, they drive there, and they see all these students sitting in the night there with KK and plastic plates, and they're busy eating. What kind of impression are we giving of ourselves? So we decided that, my wife and I decided that we'll get into the food thing, we'll change this. And so we decided that we would use the polystyrene packaging. That was the first time anybody was selling food on campus using polystyrene. And at that time, they used to call it check. It's just rice and some chicken, yeah. And we started making this. But the thing was to pack it in this polystyrene thing with a spoon, with some serviette, so that you could take it to your room, for crying out loud, and go and sit there comfortably as a university student, potential Ghanaian leader, and enjoy a meal, not in a car park. And this was an instant success. We're selling sometimes up to 500 packs of food a day. It was just successful. So you see, again, the lessons there. You can look at people's problems and think solutions. We couldn't ask them to get out of the place, but you see, The moment we introduced the food in a pack and people bought the food, they refused to go and sit in the car park to eat. It wasn't an option again. They would rather take it to their rooms and go and sit down and eat. We didn't have to say anything to anybody. We didn't even say that this is the reason why we are doing. No, we didn't have to tell anybody. We just cashed in and engineered the solution, and it just rolled out like that. Of course, within, let's say, about 6 to 8 months, there were a whole lot of competitors coming in, trying to do different things, and sometimes those things are also, I don't know, for me sometimes it's very negative because they do not understand what you are trying to do. They copy badly, and they bring unnecessary price competition into a product, and sometimes the result is that the thing is not, for us. Well, I mean, it was probably the beginning of thinking of a restaurant like where we are today. After we had done those things successfully, we began to think that we should evolve and go for something else, because that thing had become a no-go area, sort of. But even there, still today, I think there is still opportunity to deliver food, in polystyrene parks. There's still very good opportunity even there. So this is how these journeys go. There are lots of hardships, that you encounter, but the dividends also can be good. Let me also bring this thing, money management. You see, when you make money, it doesn't necessarily mean that you know the best way to manage your money. It doesn't mean that. And so that's one of the things that I think is lacking in our system. And we need to find people who understand money and who know how to manage money, to help many of us to manage our money, because we're making money, but we're not the best managers of money. I look back and I think that we missed several opportunities because we were not the best managers of our money. And I think I can also see a lot of people who mismanage money. If you look at the country itself, you look at governance, the way we mismanage money. I mean, there's no secret about this. We are mismanaging money, and it's about the savvy, how to look after money, how to preserve money so that it can be available. At my age, I need to be now thinking of transferring wealth to the next generation. I cannot no longer think about myself. That is stupid, because I'm getting to the crest of my life, and my income generation capacity is going to decline in the next years ahead of me, and I should be transferring wealth to the next generation. That's what I should be doing. Africans fail to do that, and we are always starting from ground zero. If you go outside to Europe, somebody's father will die, and as a result of an insurance contribution, he will start life with $1 million in bank account. You are never going to beat this guy. There's no way you're going to beat him. He's starting with $1 million in bank, with a lot of training on money management, so he knows how to take care of that 1 million. We are not doing that. So that is a huge problem. We need to understand money, to manage money, to use money profitably, and hand it over to the next generation at the right time. Not wait till we are dying, and then that's absolutely wrong.